Today's video is going to be a little different to what I usually put out. It's going to be basically a little story I'm going to tell you about, like a bit of also a rabbit hole I went down with this certain game. The game, by the way, is called Lionessi Story, so I'm probably going to call the video Lionessi Story, even though that doesn't make for such a good title, but in my opinion, it makes a funny title. So, what is this all actually about? Okay, well, pretty much, this is a visual novel. I ended up finding it out through this one Twitch streamer that I like quite a lot. So if we just go down here into my Steam Games tab and then type in the name of the game and then click on it, and we scroll down, here is actually the streamer who introduced me to this game, AlexaPods. And I really, really like her content, and pretty much her playthrough was this entire game playthrough from start to finish, and she narrated it all, which honestly I found really enjoyable. I'd recommend going and subscribing to her, by the way, if you enjoy that kind of content. I'm going to put a link to her channel in the top right corner of the screen over there, because that's where links go in YouTube. Figured out from many other YouTube videos that they don't go over here, even though some people have pointed over there. Honest mistake to make, I don't blame them. Anyway, back on track. I really liked her content and ended up finding out about this game. Then I was like, you know what? I want to get this game myself because honestly the characters in it, like this is a screenshot of one of the characters, and as you can see, it's got almost this kind of uncanny valley look to it. Like it's not quite cartoonish, but it's also not kind of realistic. And one of my friends by the name of Zach, he mentioned, oh yeah, that thing is like very uncanny and it unnerves me. But for some reason, the screenshots and everything and how the characters look don't unnerve me by that much either. By the way, here's another screenshot of it, which is the caption is "Dear gosh, that face." This is one of like the Pride leader. This is one of the characters in the game, and then here we have another one where the computer person is saying, "Oh no, now I'm going to basically having nightmares for the next week because oh boy, that face." But instead of like finding this scary or anything, I actually find this just completely hilarious looking because he looks like a complete little gremlin. So pretty much after watching this streamer's content, I then proceeded to go to the Steam store, and then I typed it in the search bar and was like, I want to buy this. And then I went down, and as you can see, it says play now because it's already in my Steam library. I own this, but I couldn't find a buy button. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit odd. Why can't I buy this thing? And then I started reading a whole bunch of these reviews, and you can go down here and basically read them yourself. But what I'm pretty sure happened is that, as you can see here, the game has mixed reviews. Like, a lot of the reviews for this game are actually negative, and the thing is, they have a fair point for being negative because a lot of them are talking about spoilers for the game, but they're talking about certain things that are in the game. Like in most visual novels, generally, you are allowed choices. Like you have choices whether you want to berate a certain character or compliment them, and then you may be able to date them later, because let's be honest, heaps of visual novels have dating elements. That's not a bad thing, by the way. I like those elements myself because that means I can go into the visual novel and screw everything up and ruin all possible chances of me, my character getting a date, because that's how I enjoy playing visual novels, to each their own. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of these reviews talk about some really, really, really valid stuff about the game. And they basically are basically saying don't buy this game because the grammar isn't that good, and you don't get that many choices like you would in normal visual novels. It's all one linear path, which is true, by the way. The choice you get to make at the very end doesn't change anything, and I view that I saw that in action from AlexaPod and her stream. Then, even after all that, I started just feeling a heap of sympathy for the developer, and I was like, you know what, I want to buy the game, even just for funny screenshot meme potential, because the characters honestly look a lot like Char, and I was like, I can just go in GIMP and stick some horns to these characters, and potentially make Guild Wars 2 shitposts to my friends, and like, that already sounds enjoyable enough. I want to buy this game. I couldn't find it. However, Titanium Shortcake, huge shout out to this person, his or her, the review, actually went and basically explained to me how I should get this, and I wasn't expecting this at all from the review. And by the way, I was scrolling through the reviews because I was just interested about the game and I wanted to buy it. I actually had no intention to find this out from the review, but I'll read it out to you here right now. This is what Titanium Shortcake has to say. Full disclosure, I did not expect a year-old code I found on a Reddit thread to actually be redeemable. If you want to experience this game without spending money on it, the creators have generously public dumped metric, I'm guessing shit tons, this is what the stars are, of hearts, of codes that you can easily find by googling Lioness's story. Just pick from near the bottom or the middle of the list, one should work. I set out on a journey through the depths of the Steam page with the goal of finding something on Steam I could dunk on and confuse my friends with. While yes, I am the friend who makes you sit through my readings of immoral and similar works. Upon playtesting through the entire visual novel in less than an hour, I was not disappointed. From the typos, the music choices, to the bizarre character expressions, to the often poor English translation, to the way the story interrupts itself, offering educational trivia, it's a gift that keeps on giving all the way through. I could not stop laughing. Given the overall dark tone of the story in a way that shows character deaths around like confetti, it is probably fair to say this is not what the creators had in mind when they published the game. That said, I thoroughly enjoyed reading through it, and I hope to see more from the creators in the future. So as you can see, by the way, I'm going to like this, even though the review is kind of somewhat dunking on the game, he shows some sympathy for the game developer too, and like as you are probably going to notice real soon, I'm going to show a lot of sympathy as well. So now, let me just go and show you the absolute rabbit hole I went down to actually get this game. So I'll put a quick cut in here while we get to my web browser, which is already opened up with all the tabs we need. So here we are after the quick cut on my web browser. And this is pretty much one of the first searches I ended up coming up with, Lioness's story on Steam. But as you can see, just like in Steam, there is no option to buy the thing here. There's only recommended things below, and then the same reviews we were looking at before. But then, I was real happy, because I found the Reddit thread. I found the Reddit thread that, oh dear, I'm already forgetting their name. It was, oh, hold on. Yes, I just clicked over here. A Titanium Shortcake, yeah. Titanium Shortcake's review. Thank you heaps, Titanium Shortcake, because I found the Reddit thread they were talking about. And here, this is by the developer of the game. In fact, that's her Reddit profile. Search it up if you want, and well, yeah, I guess take a look at what she's been doing lately. And in this Reddit thread, there is a Steam link, a Google Play link, and here are gift codes for the Google Play version, and also gift codes for Steam. If we middle click on this, it opens up this Pastebin link with all these Steam codes on it. Each and every one of these things is a Steam code, which may or may not work in Steam, and like when you activate a Steam code. The reason why I say may or may not work is because this thing was posted in January the 3rd, 2017. So that's a long time for codes to stay around. And the reason why I'm saying they may or may not work is because when someone goes and selects a code, like so, then copies it, then pastes it into their like little code activation thingy in Steam, which I'm going to show you very soon, then if the code has already been used up, it'll tell you an error saying either this code is no longer working, it is glitched, it is broken, or it has already been used up. So that is what happened. I went in here, and for about 3 days, not 3 days straight, I didn't go and do it all day, but like 3 days in a row, I went and copied pasted codes from here into Steam, and it didn't really work. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of I'm out of options there. And then I was like, okay, goody. The developer of the game, she went and posted more Steam codes. And I was like, yay, let's try and enter these. These didn't work either. And then I think there was pretty much like, I don't think there's any more like places that you can go to find more codes. By the way, this was posted in r/visual novels, the subreddit for visual novels. So I was like, dang it, I'm fresh out of luck posting in these Steam codes. Maybe there's another way to get it. And then I proceeded to find this place, which is OG Loot. So how this works is this is one of those basically sites where you can play games, invite your friends to, and earn these coins. And you apparently need 3,038 coins, and I have no idea how long it takes to get these coins, by the way, but you need this many coins, and if you click the redeem button and you have this many coins, you get a code for Lioness's story. And I was like, okay, this is pretty much going to be my last-ditch effort because I really want this game, but I think there might be another method out there to get this game in another way. And it turns out, yes, I actually did find another way. I found a key on G2A. Now, if you don't know what G2A is, they are a key reselling platform. So they are kind of viewed in somewhat a bit of a negative light because they generally get keys in various different ways from different sites, maybe not through the most well thought out or legal methods sometimes, and then you can buy the keys off them and you can activate them on certain platforms. This is for a Steam key, by the way, so that is how I actually own Lioness Story. I bought it off G2A, and as you can see here, it was very cheap as well. The price actually hasn't really gone up or down much. In fact, I think it may have gone down. I bought it for pretty much this amount of money. And then I was able to activate the code it gave me through an email, and that's how I was able to activate Lioness Story in my account. Now, let me just put a quick cut in again and get back to Steam, because I want to show you how you actually use that activation code. Because I actually went, and if you remember, I went off on the Reddit thread, and I went into the GitHub post right here, and I randomly copied one of these. So we're going to go and actually show you how you now activate Steam codes in Steam. So here we are back on Steam. We're tabbed back into it. Titanium and Shortcakes review is in the background. It can stay there. I don't mind, because this is going to basically have a pop-up over it. So you go to Games over here, and then you click Activate a Product on Steam, and then it basically says you need to enter a DVD or CD key, and then you click Next. And then you would agree to the Steam Terms and Service Agreement. Usually, I don't think there's many people who actually read that. I'm not going to in this case, because I'm not going to do anything wrong. And then you'd paste the product code in here like so. This is the very same code. I just copied off the GitHub link, and then you click Next. And this similar error would come up to this. In this case, it says Steam has successfully detected that I already own Lioness Story on my account, so it's saying you can't actually activate this. You can click Next to proceed with the installation, which won't do anything either, because the game is already installed for me. So yeah, nothing would really happen, but I just wanted to show you I was basically going in here, clicking Activate Product in Steam, Next, Agree, and then pasting in a code, and it wouldn't work, and pasting in a code, and it wouldn't work. And as I said, I did this for about 3 days trying to find random codes, being like, please, one code, can you at least work? And then luckily I found that G2A site. So yeah, I now own Lioness Story. And this is where the video would most likely end, but I want to show you something else. And that, in my opinion, is pretty awesome. So, if we just type in Lioness Story again into the search bar, one of the things I've taken a liking to doing lately is when I find a game or something that I like, I'll click on the developer. And as you can see, there's Good Sir, which I don't know what that is, but this is the name of the lady who actually went and developed the game. And you can actually see, like when you click on this kind of tab, it will show you all the games the developer has created. So, as you can see, she has created Lioness Story, Steam and Metal, which is, by the look of it, a bullet hell shooter, which was actually positively reviewed, unlike Lioness Story, and also released in 2015, apparently. But the main thing I want to draw your attention to is Paws on the Sand, Lioness Sins. So the main reason why I want to draw your attention to this is because I think this developer deserves a second chance after Lioness Story. Like, she may have not taken the feedback that well, but that's fair enough. I bet I wouldn't be too happy if I got as many negative reviews as she did. And in general, as you can see from the screenshots, it's like a side-scrolling kind of almost squad-based beat-em-up thing. In fact, I'm just gonna let the Steam trailer play and speak for itself here. And there you have it. That's the trailer. Oh, by the way, the reason why it actually says wishlist us on Steam, I'm going to do that, by the way, is because if you didn't know already, wishlisting a game on Steam actually boosts its metric in Steam. I learned that recently because there's this one game I also was really looking forward to that actually now came out called Choo Choo Childs. It's a horror game where you're chased by a giant demonic spider train. I know it sounds bonkers, but honestly, just put it in the search bar on Steam and it'll show up. Just type in Choo Choo and it should show up. This game sounds bonkers, but I love the idea of it. Yet to play it, but I own it now since it's gone on sale at one point. But back to this. So the reason why she, in her trailer, this developer here says add the game to your wish list is because that actually boosts the metric on Steam. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The game looks maybe a little unfinished, a little unpolished, and what about the translation? I mean, in the previous game, Lionessi Story, people were basically ragging on the translation because it was translated roughly from Russian to English. Well, for that, I say, we're just going to go back to my web browser over here. This is another link I had open. So, this right here, Livchiki Melody. Wait. That's actually the name of the thing. That's the name of the current video. This one is the name of the YouTube channel is Paws in the Sand. Yeah, I remember the developer I was talking about before. Well, yeah, this is her YouTube channel, Paws in the Sands. I guess that's what you can call her from now on, since they don't know her like actual name or anything. But yeah, Paws in the Sand here is the personal YouTube channel of this developer. She had an original channel, but that's since kind of been abandoned. And as you can see here, 2D light rays, volumetric lighting times 3. This is the equivalent of basically development blogs, so we can go ahead and watch this right now. And there, I guess that's basically it. That would be it for the entire video. But yeah, this is the equivalent of a development blog, and it's displaying light rays and things she's been up to. So that's why I recommend, if you're unsure about this game, and I haven't convinced you to buy it, or wishlisted or anything, that's okay. If you're even slightly interested, I say you don't have to subscribe to her channel, but you can at least watch the development progress and then see how if you like the game yourself, and if it eventually releases and it's not up to your expectations, you don't have to buy it, because frankly, I'm in the mindset a lot of other people are, where I just don't pre-order anything anymore. Even if it's a game I really, really like, I'm just not going to pre-order it because I've been burned one too many times with that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I guess I can end the video now, and I hope you don't mind me praising the developer so much and saying she deserves a second chance, but in my opinion, she just generally does. Her first attempt at a game actually came out well, was apparently a good bullet hell shooter. Second attempt, not so much, a visual novel story that kind of flopped, and the last attempt looks very intriguing, and I'm looking forward to it. That's it for the video, though. I hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, bye. Also, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you wish. If you don't, that's fine too.